Hi, it's Laura Meeks and welcome to your 10-minute free video on how to declaw your fears. In this video, I'm going to teach you two simple, quick, easy techniques that you can stop your fear and replace them with true thoughts that are going to allow you to get past that fear barrier that we talked about. I have to tell you, in my life, I found this a very important and helpful technique, and I know that you're going to find this to be so helpful in your life as well. So let's get started. There's two things that we need to know. One is we need to stop our fears. The second is we're going to replace them. Now, this all begins with the idea that as human beings that we have inside us this fight or flight sort of reaction, which is super helpful if you're in the middle of a bear attack. But if you're like in a meeting, then that's not actually so helpful to have that fear response. Now, sadly, one of the things that we've learned over time is that a lot of people of importance have figured out that they can actually manipulate us a little bit if they can get us scared. So politicians love to scare us about the things that are going to happen if we don't vote for them. Marketers love to tell you about products that if you don't buy them today, something horrible is going to happen. There are all kinds of instances. If you watch CNN for more than about 5 minutes, you're going to be overwhelmed with the feeling of fear of all the things that are going wrong in the world. And the challenge is in normal daily life, we normally didn't have that many bear attacks, but we are actually overstimulating this. And so we want to get a hold of that. And so the way we're going to do that is we're going to stop our fears. We're going to stop our fear-based thinking dead in its tracks. So here's an example of how that would go. Say you're in your office and you're going to prepare for a meeting, and you're not sure if this meeting is going to go very well. And so you start having this thought running through your head. I'm not sure that this meeting is going to go very well. I'm not very well prepared. That's a fear-based thought, and we want to stop it. And here's how simple it is. I'm going to teach you this simple phrase. It is, cancel that. So when the fear-based thought comes up, I can't do the meeting, it's not going to go well, cancel that, cancel that. Now, I'm doing this out loud as you need to do it out loud. Now, you may not be able to do it all the time or in the office, but you do need to practice this at home. You need to feel verbally what it sounds like to say, cancel that, as loud as you can. Stomp your foot, pound your hands. Cancel that. We want to jolt our thinking to a stopping point. That's the point of this. So it should be shocking to you when you say, cancel that. It's like, whoa, what was I thinking? That's our point. What were you thinking? You were thinking a fear-based thought. So we need to stop that in our tracks. Now, the next thing we need to do, though, is we can't just stop it. That's helpful. But what's more helpful is that if you can replace it with what I would call a true thought. A true thought about who you are. Now, what is a true thought about who you are? Part of this is you have to think ahead. This is kind of part of the homework part of this. But you have to come up with some phrases that reflect the true you. Now, listen to me carefully. As I look at you right now, I know that you are a spiritual-based being having a human experience. You are love. You are peace. You are a caring person. You're prosperous. You're abundant. You're strong. That is you. And you know it in your heart that that's you. So when this happens, when we have a negative thought, cancel that. And then we replace it with a thought. And I'll give you an example from my life. Maybe I would say something like, Laura, you're a wonderful, caring, spiritual being who helps thousands of people every day. Or, Laura, you're a loving, caring, spiritual being. Disregard that negative thought. Come up with something on your own that works for you, but it needs to be bold, So it can't just be, yeah, you're a nice person. Laura, you're a nice person. That's not strong enough. It's got to be strong. So come up with something on your own. Cancel that, then use an affirmative true statement about yourself. That's how we hold our fear-based feelings against the wall. That's how we cure that. Now, here's an added bonus today. I also learned another technique, which I think is going to be very additive to what you do. I think it about doubles the power of the cancel that idea. And this is the idea, is that you need to take a step forward towards your goal. So let me switch it up a little bit. Let's say our goal, and this could be anything, could be a project or anything. My goal is to lose weight. That's what I'm starting today. Now, I don't know about you, but I think everybody seems to want to lose some weight. So here's the deal. You're walking, you're having this lunch, and you're doing really, really well on your diet, and then all of a sudden, you see the chocolate dessert go by, and you reach for it, you eat it, and now you have this thinking, oh, I'm never going to lose the weight. That is negative fear-based thinking. So cancel that. Laura, you're a loving spiritual being, and you care for your body, and you eat the appropriate things. That's how you replace that. And you can do that as often as you need to keep your negative thoughts away. And you'll see that as it happens, then it happens less and less frequently in your life. But, so part of what we're going to do is we're going to cancel that, and then we are going to take an action step towards our goal. So here's how the action step works. I want you to dream up some things that you can do in 5 minutes towards your goal. So again, let's talk about weight loss. If I was going to use weight loss as my goal, and I wanted to do something in 5 minutes, maybe there's an easy one. Pick up your phone, you see it's 3 o'clock, you're gonna go out into your cubicle, into the hall, out and downstairs, you're gonna walk for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes, it's not 30, not an hour, don't change your clothes, this is just something simple, one thing you're gonna do, 5 minutes. Maybe you sit at your desk and you investigate a yoga place, or maybe you figure out what Zumba is, or maybe you call the gym. So whatever you're going to do, it's going to be 5 minutes, and it's going to be a step towards what you're going to do. And if you do, honestly, 1 or 2 of these a day, you'd be amazed at what power that brings to you. Again, it could be anything. So if you are working on a relationship, maybe you call somebody. Maybe you write them a quick email. If you're working on your health, maybe you research some diagnosis or look at a new diet plan. So it can be anything but short. And you need to have a list of these things so that depending on what you're doing, then you're going to go do that. Now, I'm going to leave you with an example of how powerful that can actually be. I was in a professional mastermind group with a bunch of people. We were working on these incredible projects that were very important to us. And we were tasked with coming up with something for 5 minutes that we could do to advance ourselves towards our goal. Now, I was paired up with another woman, and one of the challenges she had was she had been working very hard on writing a book, but she kept getting stopped. She couldn't get the motivation to do it. So we came up with these 5-minute things. The moderator said, go outside, do your 5-minute thing, come back and report to the group what happened to you after you did your 5-minute thing. Well, I have to tell you, when she came in, she was visibly excited. And this is why. When she had her chance to report, she said, you know what I did? Is in 5 minutes, I walked out into the hall with a pad and a pen, and I wrote the very first paragraph of my new book. And when I came back in, I was so overwhelmed with joy that I had already done 1 paragraph. And if I could do 1 paragraph in 5 minutes, I could easily finish my book. That kind of breakthrough motivation is the kind of simple thing that happens when you do these 5-minute choices. So overall summary, cancel it, stop your negative thought, replace it with a positive affirmation, and then if you can, depending on what your goal is, if you can move forward in a 5-minute burst of energy, that does amazing things. So I'm hoping I see you guys as light beings. And I'm sending my love and my care through this message. And I hope that this is as important to you as it was to me. And if you do need to get a hold of me, I'm on laurameekscoach.com. I will see you then.